Authorities are still battling raging wildfires in northeastern Japan. One person has been found dead since the fires started earlier this week. Officials in Iwate Prefecture say local fire departments, self-defense forces, and police are all fighting the blaze. Helicopters were also dispatched Friday to help. The fires started Wednesday and spread through the coastal city of Ofunato. About 1,200 hectares have burned since then, including at least 80 buildings. Local officials say they still don't know the full extent of the destruction. The area has been going through a dry spell. The Japan Meteorological Agency says there was little snow and rainfall was less than a tenth of the February average. One expert says those conditions helped spark the fire.
Fallen leaves burned first in a forest fire, and these leaves were extremely dry. The risk of wildfires around Ofunato city was high.
It's forced hundreds in the area from their homes. Authorities say more than 800 people have taken shelter in evacuation centers.
早く戻りたいのももちろんそうなんですけど、どうやってこれから生活していこうかなみたいな。
For more on this, NHK World's Hirata Miyu joins us from Ofunato. So, Miyu, what can you tell us about the situation there?
I'm across the bay from the fires. You can see a huge amount of smoke behind me. We've been hearing lots of sirens as well as helicopters since we arrived. It's similar to the scenes we saw earlier this year during the wildfires in Los Angeles. An area right near the coast being overtaken by flames, helicopters swooping into dump water. This is a very slow, difficult fight, especially with those dry, windy conditions. Hundreds of people had to leave their homes over in that area once the fires began closing in. Many have gone to evacuation centers, but a few are still around here watching what's happening from a safe distance. I spoke to some of them a short drive from here. A couple in their 70s told me they had to leave their house around 4 p.m. on Wednesday. They did not have much time to prepare. They just got out with essential documents and medicine as fast as possible. Now, they say they don't know whether their house has burned down or when they'll be able to find out. They also didn't think this disaster would last this long. And we've heard a lot of stories like this from others. Many are elderly and had to leave on a moment's notice. And this area is no stranger to disasters. Ofunato was one of the worst hit places in Japan during the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. Over 500 people were killed or went missing here. Entire neighborhoods were swept away by the water. Those areas are still recovering almost 14 years later. Now, these fires are causing all new problems. As for what's next, this is still a very active situation. Those dangerous, dry, windy conditions are forecast to continue into the weekend. Crews are fighting nature trying to stop this fire from spreading and threatening even more homes.
All right, thank you very much, Miyu, and please stay safe. That was NHK World's Hirata Miyu in Ofunato.